Okay, where are my mature ladies? Where is everybody that wants to know if this makeup works for ladies with wiggly skin and uneven skin tone? When you jump on, tell me where you're tuning in from. I can't wait to see all of the wonderful, beautiful ladies jumping in here and asking questions. You guys, I'm not very good at multitasking. I get distracted super easy, and I want to keep this video to no longer than 30 minutes. So that is my goal. So, hey from Nevada, Wisconsin, California, I'm so excited you guys are all here. So, many times I get these questions from people that say, I don't know, it's probably not going to work for me because I'm too old and I have mature skin and it's going to sink in my wrinkles and it's going to make me look older and all of these things. But guess what? I think it was made for us. Okay. I'm 51 years old and this makeup has absolutely changed my life for so many reasons. But I've used every kind of makeup out there. I've taken makeup courses and have tried all the expensive brands, all the inexpensive brands. And what I was doing, literally, you guys, was mixing makeup in my palm to try and match my face because there was no perfect match. And in fact, most of the time what would happen is I would put the makeup on and it would seem like it was good. And then the next thing you knew, I was like a pumpkin face. Raise your hands and tell me if you've ever put makeup on and your face oxidized and it was like pumpkin face, okay? That's what would happen to me. And until this makeup came into my life, it was like, I never was really happy with what it looked like, but I didn't know what else to do. So, I'm telling you right now that it's not too hard for mature ladies, okay? It literally is paint by number, just like this. So when you place your order, you're gonna take this little card and you're going to stick it on your bathroom mirror and you're going to practice putting it on your face. Oh, happy birthday, Barb. I love that. So if you do not get one of these, make sure you reach out to your artist and she'll get you one. I mean, they even go so far as to send you eyeshadow ones so that you know where to put your eyeshadow, okay? So this makeup was meant to be easy and you guys, it's flawless, okay? My mom and her sisters are in their 70s and this makeup, they love it, okay? So I don't care how wiggly your skin is, or how hooded your eyes are, or how much redness you get on your nose. I'm telling you, this will save you. Now let's talk about what we're giving away today, because it happens to be the absolute favorite product from mascara. Here you go. We are literally giving away 11 of these, you guys. 11 milk moisturizers. Okay, this is one of the very first things that I recommend to anybody who buys from mascara. Get the milk cream, okay? Absolute must, all right? So, make sure that you're liking, make sure that you're commenting, and make sure that you're sharing. And when you share, make sure you tag your artist in that share, because that is how we take care of each other, okay? When you have an artist that you love, make sure you share about her. She loves nothing more than to help women feel beautiful. And that is what mascara is all about. So let me dive right in to mature skin. Okay, so with mature skin, we're a little bit more complicated, okay? We're wiser, but we're more complicated. So you're gonna want to make sure and moisturize your face, okay? So you're gonna take your milk moisturizer and you're gonna put it all over your face and you're going to let it soak in. Make sure that you're moisturizing underneath your eyes and then letting it sit okay, for about 10 to 15 minutes. This way your skin like just absorbs all the yumminess and is all ready to have that perfect, flawless 3D foundation. You guys, I can't look at your comments. I get distracted. It's terrible. Okay, so let's talk about the differences with application. Okay, for mature skin, you already are going to be more complicated because many times we have lots of different colors down here in our chest area, okay? We have maybe some sun damage, some freckling. We have eczema on our face. Maybe you have adult acne. All these different things that come into play. You get age spots, melasma, all of these different things. This is why this makeup is perfect for you, okay? Because you don't have to use just one color and be like a floating pancake head, okay? This is going to be magic for you, okay? So what we're gonna do first is, as you can see in my little palette here, I actually have 4 highlight colors and 2 contour, okay? Now this is because I can never decide what I wanna use. All right, it doesn't mean that you need to have that many. That's just what I do. So, but the reason that I'm putting all of these in here is I really wanted to show you what happens when you use different colors on your face to shape your face. Okay, now when you talk about things like the wiggly skin that's hanging down here on your jawline, okay, we get these jowls that happen down here. It just happens. We have the bagginess underneath our eyes. What we're going to do is do a little magic and we're going to create optical illusions, okay? That's what this makeup does, okay? What it does is it actually draws your eye to different parts of your face that you love, okay? So you're going to create your own canvas on your face and you're going to show the things that you like. And then maybe the things that you don't like, we're gonna kind of camouflage those, okay? So let's get started. There's 2 different brushes. These 2 different brushes, we have the detail hack and the 30-second hack, and I'm going to kind of be going between the 2 of them so that I can show you the benefits of both, all right? First thing I like to do is, today my dark gray circles under here are not too bad, all right? But if you are needing to do any color correcting, this is what I like to do very first, okay? So I like to go in with one of my darker color correcting colors, okay? Mango is what I use during the summer when I have a little bit more of a tan. But right now I'm going to just kind of draw in underneath my gray circles here, and I'm going to put, this is amber, okay? And I'm just going to kind of place it over the gray. See what that did right there, you guys? When you get it like right where it needs to be, okay? You're going to camouflage or color correct that grayness. Now, because I have like a big red nose, then I like to go over my nose. Again, I'm using amber. And I'm just kind of swirling on my nose, okay? Now, when I swirl on my nose, it's kind of a trick, but it kind of helps camouflage the pores on your nose, all right? And then, because my chin likes to get really red, then I'm just going to do a very light coat on my chin. Okay, now that kind of looks ridiculous, but now what it's going to do, it's going to warm up on my skin, and then when we blend it out, the magic happens, okay? Am I still frozen? I hope I'm not frozen. Tell me if I'm frozen. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and do my contour, okay? So what happens with our faces when we get older, everything starts to fall, okay? So what we want to do is try and lift everything back up, all right? So I'm going to go in with a couple of different contours, and I'm going to show you why, because it's going to add some depth. But what happens with older women as we get older, we kind of lose that glow, all right? We lose the warmth in our face. We kind of go gray. And so what I want to do is make sure that you guys understand that yes, contour is supposed to be cooler, but if you're feeling like you look dead, then maybe you need to warm up your contour, okay? That's what your artist is for. She's here to help you troubleshoot through and find your perfect colors, okay? So I'm gonna go in with the color Stone, and I'm going to start up here, kind of at the top of my ear, and I'm gonna feel that bone here. Now, if you notice, my natural contour comes down like this, okay? It's falling, it's falling, okay? So I'm gonna lift it back up. So I'm gonna place it, and I'm going to kind of lift my cheek up, all right? See what that's doing already. Now, the most important thing that you can do is make sure that you don't go too low, all right? You're going to kind of lift it up. Now let's talk about the difference between a long face and a wide face, okay? When you have a long skinny face, kind of like me, then you kind of want to take it and cup it a little bit, okay? If you have a wider face, you may want to like kind of take it more like this and not cup it, okay? Because if you cup it, it's gonna make it look wider. We want to make your face look thinner, or for me, I wanna cup it to kind of make it look not quite as long, okay? Yes, watch it after work. Save this video and share it with any of your friends who maybe are a little bit older and a little bit frustrated with makeup because they, one, maybe have never worn it and now they need to wear it because their skin is changing and they're just not feeling as naturally pretty. And so what happens is when you put this makeup on somebody that has never worn makeup before, they're like, oh my gosh, like I look natural. I don't look cakey. I don't look overdone. I just look naturally pretty. And that's what I love about this makeup. And that's why it works so well for mature ladies, is because like, we're not gonna we just can't do what the 20-year-olds can do, all right? We have to do it so that we look naturally pretty, not overdone. So now I'm going to come up and kind of contour my forehead. So you'll see me dabbing or swiping, okay? And it really just depends on where I'm placing it on my face. If I'm swiping, it works okay up here on my forehead where my skin isn't so loose, but when I'm down on my cheek and jawline, I have to kind of tap it out instead, all right? Now you guys can already see what this is doing for my face, okay? And again, I still look ridiculous because I have all this color correcting stuff, but can you guys see how it's kind of already melting into my skin? And that's what makes this makeup even more magical as the day goes on. It's kind of like, it looks great when you first put it on, but oh my gosh, it gets better after about 30 minutes. Okay, so when you're doing your jawline here, okay, you just want to kind of come right underneath that jawline and give yourself that pretty jawline, especially if you kind of have some loose skin that happens. It just happens. Now I'm going to go in with Astoria and I'm just going to deepen it just right back here, okay? See what that does? And I'm going to deepen it right over here. And you always want to blend upwards, okay? Because we're trying to lift the face up, all right? I always do this side weird. I don't know why. And then I'm going to take the Astoria and just kind of place it right up here on the top and kind of pull my forehead down because I kind of have a really tall forehead. So I'm just going to kind of place it up here. Make sure you guys are sharing, share, share, share. That's how you get entries and you're going to win a milk moisturizer. Everybody should have this. Oh, you guys, what I do, so how many of you have chapped lips right now in the winter? Like, I get chapped lips really bad. So what I do is I have a little milk like this, and I keep this in my purse, okay? And then I pull it out and use it on my lips, or if I get cracks in my fingers, I use it on my fingers. But I'm telling you guys, milk on your lips during the winter, it's a winner. Okay, Now, I'm going to go in now with my 30-second hack brush, okay? Now, you've probably seen the girls placing it with this end of the 30-second hack. I like to use the butt end of the 30-second hack because it tends to really press the product in my skin, because if I go like this, see what happens to that wiggly skin, okay? That just doesn't work for me, okay? I don't want to wiggle it any more than it's already wiggling, okay? I want to just try and kind of press the product in. So now I'm going to go in, I'm kind of in between colors right now. I'm kind of in between amber and candlelit. Do you guys see the two different colors there? Candlelit is a new highlight color. I like to think it's the darker companion to June, but I'm kind of like in between these two. So I'm going to show you the difference between those two. So I like to go in again with the butt end. You see how very little product I have, and I'm going to place it down here, okay? Now I kind of want to cover up that natural contour, okay? See how it kind of comes down like that? This will cover up that. And I'm just going to kind of dab this around. This is amber that I'm using again. And I'm going to kind of just press it around on my nose. See what that does, you guys? Now you cannot screw this up, okay? I promise. I know there's a lot of ladies that are really nervous about this makeup, and I have like a hair in my mouth. They're really nervous about this makeup because they're older and it just seems more complicated. But you guys, everything blends out so pretty. You can't mess it up. And the easiest thing is just to go over it and fix it. It's so, so fast. Okay, now I want to show you guys what candlelit looks like. Okay, I'm just going to kind of place it right here. See how that lightens that up? So pretty, right? Now I'm going to show you what Aura looks like over here, because I like Aura underneath my eyes. And this is, you place it underneath the triangle of light. Okay, see how that brightens up underneath my eyes? It's so pretty, right? So I'm gonna put Aura underneath this eye because I love Aura. Now, down my nose, and then kind of fan it out up here. Now, can we just talk a little bit about the under eye thing, okay? So, I know that we like to go as light as we can underneath here in the triangle of light to really pull the eye forward, right? Because that's what we're trying to do with highlighting and contouring, pulling the eye forward. But if you go too light underneath the eye right there, it will show the wrinkles worse, okay? So you want to push that bar and try and get as bright as you can. But if you notice that your wrinkles look worse, then you probably have the wrong color, or you've gone too light underneath your eye, okay? So that's why you get with your artist and she will help you get it exchanged or try a different color, okay? Now you guys, what I'm gonna do next is I'm going to go and I'm gonna show you how fast it is to contour your nose, all right? Hang on, I gotta get my other palette, because when you contour your nose, so Christina, if you don't have an artist, what you need to do, there's a link in the post and it says find an artist near me, and you'll click on that and then you can find an artist and then they can help take care of you, okay? So I'm going to take Shadow, okay? Shadow is a great color to contour your nose, and you just lightly dab it on the side of your nose like this. I like to use the Detail Hack brush because I don't have a steady enough hand anymore, okay? So you kind of do that, and then you're gonna go down the center of your nose with the brighter color. See what that does, you guys? And then because our lips are thinning, we want to kind of make our lips pop a little bit. You'll do a little bit of color underneath your lip, okay? Now, this is where I like to go in with my Stay Spray, okay? Everybody does this a little different, and that's what's great about it is you get to find what works best for you, okay? So I'm gonna go in with my Stay Spray. You can see I haven't blended it out completely yet, and that's fine, but I'm gonna go in and just spray away, all right? You guys, the Stay Spray is life, all right? It will make your makeup stay in place all day. I have known ladies who have worked out in their makeup and it stays on beautifully, okay? See how pretty that is, you guys? Let me see if I can like zoom in a little bit. Okay, now, as this is drying, I'm going to take my Perfector sponge, okay? Now, the most common thing that people do wrong with this makeup is they put it on too heavy. And I know you guys have heard that 100 times before, okay? But you're gonna get this wet, you're gonna squeeze out all the water, and it's still gonna be really fluffy like a cloud, and you're going to tap, okay? And what this does is pushes the makeup into the skin so that it looks like a second skin, okay? That's what you want. You want it to look like it's a second skin. You don't want it to look like you're wearing a ton of makeup, okay? Look how pretty that is, okay? Now, blush. Let's talk about blush. It takes years off my face, you guys. And you know what the other thing is if I get it too heavy underneath my eyes, I just tap it out. It's like, dun, da, da, done. Okay, blush. So blush for many years has been given a little bit of a bad name. People think of it as like grandma pink blush or I don't know what you think about it, but blush actually brings your face back to life, okay? For years, people used blush to contour, right? But now we actually use blush to brighten your face, which is amazing, okay? So what you're gonna do, I'm gonna mix a couple of colors because I like to mix, okay? And I'm gonna take a little bit of plum and I'm gonna put it just a little bit here and I'm gonna smile and I'm going to place it right above that contour, okay? Trying to keep this open. So you're just basically placing it here and then blending it backwards, okay? So pretty. Plum is such a fun fall color. It's a little bit dark for me, so I'm gonna show you what I like to do to brighten it up, okay? If you haven't tried the color Dahlia and you are an older lady, then you are missing out because Dahlia actually it's like a lit from within glow is what happens, okay? So I'm going to take Hollywood this time though, and I'm going to place a little bit on my B² brush and I'm just gonna tap it right on top, okay, of that plum color. Can you guys see how that creates that lit from within glow? It's like the prettiest color, you guys. Now, because nobody should not get Bella bronzer, I like to put my Bella bronzer on with this side of my B² brush. And I like to put it so your contour is here, your highlight is here, and I like to go right in the middle of that, if that makes sense. So you're doing the 3 for the contour, and then you're putting the Bella bronzer anywhere on the face where the sun would naturally hit. So kind of like right on top of that cheek, okay? See how that just kind of gives you a glow. And then, I know that Kat showed you guys this yesterday. If you didn't watch, or maybe it was 2 days ago. Oh my gosh, you guys, I can't keep track of the 12 days of mascara. There's just so much good stuff. So you're gonna take and clean up that contour, okay? If you want that really sharp contour, see what that does. And then you can flip your brush over and just kind of blend it out. But see how that gives you that crisp contour? Now, some of you may like that and some of you may not. And the fun thing is you can do it either way. Now, let's talk about illuminator, okay? I love to use the honey illuminator. I don't have the powder ones yet to try. I'm dying to get my hands on them. But let's talk about what happens with wrinkles and shine, all right? This is a problem because what girl doesn't like a little shimmer or a little glitter or a little glow, all right? But we just have to be a little bit more strategic on where we place the shimmer, okay? So see how I have all these wrinkles right here? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of my illuminator and I'm not going to place them on those wrinkles, okay? I'm actually going to bring it down below those wrinkles, okay? Because if you put shine on the wrinkles, it's going to make the wrinkles look worse, okay? So I like to just kind of smile so I can see where my smile lines are, and I'm gonna make sure and go below the smile lines, all right? And then put a little bit on the top of my lip because I literally have no upper lip. It's what happens as we get older, our lips thin, and so you're gonna wanna make sure that you line them. You guys see how pretty that looks? Looks very natural. It doesn't look like I'm overdone, and this is a big deal for mature women. Now, let's talk about powder for mature ladies. Okay, what happens with powder? Let's see, powder and wrinkles are typically exactly, because what happens is if I powder underneath my eyes, as the day goes on, it absorbs the moisture and my wrinkles get worse, okay? Now that doesn't mean that you won't be able to use powder. It just means we're gonna be a little more strategic in where we place the powder, all right? So I'm gonna take a little bit of powder right here and I'm gonna put it on the fluffy end of my B-squared brush, okay? I'm gonna make sure and flick it off, okay? And then I'm just going to tap it on the places on my face that I don't want it to be shiny, okay? Now the makeup is meant to be glowy and kind of give you that lit from within glow. So you don't necessarily want to matte it out all the way, but if there is something on your face that's bugging you that's a little too shiny, don't be afraid to tap just a little bit of powder in those places. Just be really careful not to put too much powder under the eyes. I know that the younger girls really like to push that powder in or bake. That just doesn't work with most mature eyes, okay? Now, I've already done my eyeliner and my mascara, but I wanted to kind of show you guys a few tricks for mature eyes when you're doing an eyeshadow, all right? So I'm going to go in with a color called Moonlit, and I am going to brighten and kind of like clean up the veins or the vascular stuff that's happening on the top of my eyelid, okay? See what that did, you guys? But you don't necessarily want to use a lot of shimmer to do this, okay? Because again, shimmer shows the wrinkles. All right, so Moonlit or Linen are going to be your best friend, all right? Even if it's too light for your skin normally, I want you to get it so that you can place it right here on the inner corner of your eye. Clean up your eyelid. I'm using the small side of my Detail Hack and I'm going up right underneath my brows. Now you guys, I already did my brows and I like to use shadow and Astoria for my brow color, okay? So I have kind of this ashy tone in my hair, so shadow works really well for that, all right? So see how that brightens my eyes, but it's not adding the shimmer, all right? Now, I'm going to, now that I've kind of got my eyelids cleaned up, I'm going to go in with a color called Cupcake, and I'm just going to kind of tap that highlight in so that my eyelid is all prepped and ready for some eyeshadow. You really want to make sure that your eyelid is ready for eyeshadow when you have hooded eyes so that you don't get any transfer, okay? Now, my new eyeshadows didn't come yet except for Bubba, okay? So, and Bubba is my absolute all-time favorite eyeshadow color ever was, all right? And the reason that it is because it's a super warm, natural brown. All right, you guys make sure you're sharing so that you can win a milk moisturizer. I'm just going to tap the most of the color on the outside of the eye here, and I'm going to pull it in. Okay, see how pretty that is, you guys? Such little amount of eyeshadow. And so you don't want, when you have a hooded eye like I do, or kind of a deep set eye, you have to go up a little bit on your brow bone, but I don't necessarily want to go really dark in here, or it's going to make my eye look even more deep set, okay? So most important thing that you want to understand is what light and dark does, okay? So again, dark recedes and light pulls forward, right? So when you look at your eye, try and decide what you're trying to do. Are you trying to give your eye more of a deep set? Then you know you need to go darker in here. If you're not wanting your eye to look too deep set, then you're going to do a little bit lighter color in here, bring the color up and diffuse it. But I really like to press most of my color on the outside. This is the Eyeshadow Everything brush, and then I just kind of feather it inward, okay? And again, you'll see me doing more tapping motions and not as much swiping because I want to make sure that color gets in all of those creases that are happening, okay? It's fine, it's just what happens. And so we're going to work with what we have. Okay, see how pretty Bubba is? It's just such a natural color. I'm gonna flip my brush over and use this blunt end of the Eyeshadow Everything, and I'm going to take and dab the color right underneath, and I'm not going to take it very far, and I'm just going to kind of smoke that out a little bit. See how pretty that looks? So, so pretty. Take it down, smoke it out. You guys really don't have to spend very much time doing eyeshadow, all right? The eyeshadows are so pretty and so easy to use. Don't spend a ton of time unless like you're going to a party or something. Okay, so let's talk about shimmer. You like my brows? I'm telling you guys right now, I was using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Dip Pomade. It was costing me like $30 a little thing. Now I just use my contour, it's 14 bucks, and it stays on just as good, if not better, than the Anastasia Beverly Hills. All right, so let's talk about shimmer. We have so many great new eyeshadows out, right? But let's talk about what happens when I try to look like my daughter and put gilded all over my eyelid, or what are some of the other really shimmery eyeshadows? Because like, I love the shimmer, right? But I can't do it, you guys, because what happens is it shows my wrinkles worse. Okay, so you want to stick to more matte colors, but I'm going to show you how you can use just a little bit of shimmer in a place to give your eye that really pretty shine without it making your wrinkles look worse. So I'm going to take my multitasker brush, okay? And I'm going to spray the flat end, kind of the paddle end of the brush is what I call it. I'm going to dip into Stardust. Ooh, I love Stardust so much. Okay, and see how it's packed that color on? And I'm gonna take that color and press it right here on my lid, okay? I am not going to blend this out much because I don't want it to enhance the wrinkles on my eyes, okay? This is how you're gonna get away with wearing a little bit of shimmer without it looking like you're back in the 80s because you've already done the 80s, ladies. So we're going to do it in a little bit more age-appropriate, shimmery way. Okay? Now, see how I've placed that in one spot? All right. Now I'm going to go back in with Cupcake with this fluffy side, and I'm just going to kind of tap around that shimmer to make sure that there's no hard edges. So you guys, don't be afraid to use a little bit of shimmer. I promise you, it's worth it. You just have to be a little bit more careful about where you're placing it, okay? Now, another fun place, and I don't know why I'm deciding to share this with you. This wasn't a plan, but you really shouldn't work super hard with your eyeshadow. Just look at your eye, analyze what you're trying to do with your eye, and then approach it, okay? Nobody has your eye, so you really just have to practice a little bit. So sometimes if I want more than just what Stardust does, I'm gonna go in with, let's just put in a little bit of Gilded, because I've talked about that, with the blunt end, and I'm just going to kind of place it right here on the outer corner, okay? Flip my brush and just kind of tap it, okay? Again, I don't want to swipe it all over because then it will like show my wrinkles, right? So just be very strategic in where you're placing that eyeshadow. That's just going to deepen up my eye a little bit. And then if you're always worried, dip it back into Cupcake, which is matte, and it will kind of matte it back out again. You guys, not hard, right? It's fun. Makeup should be fun. It shouldn't be hard. I promise you this makeup was made for mature skin. You can take your lip color, which is plum, which is what I used on my cheeks. Place it around my lips. Take a little bit of Hollywood. Tap it in. You guys, that's it. That's it, you guys. So make sure that you're liking, commenting, and share, because I don't know about you, but this stuff right here is magic. It has changed my skin. It has lightened my age spots. It has helped my eczema. It has helped my wrinkles under my eyes. It has been the best product. So you can win this for free just by sharing, and commenting. So you guys, if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to drop them in the comments. I would be happy to go back and answer them. Just know that your artist is there to help you. They are there to help you be color matched. They're there to help you troubleshoot through any of the problems that you're having. If your eyes are textured underneath with the brighter color, remember you want to shade just a little bit darker. You still want to get that brightening, but you don't want it to show the wrinkles, okay? So a couple of rolls, a little bit darker, tap, 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 not as much swiping. Get you a little container to put milk in your purse for your lips for the winter. And I hope you guys have a fantastic holiday season. I can't wait to see the families that we're helping with this fun event. And it's been an honor for me to be able to be here and talk to you guys about mature skin and about why this makeup was made for you. So you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.